Hey guys, Joel here, and welcome back to another episode. So today, just wanted to talk a little bit on the last video I've done. Pretty much go a little bit back, take a little steps back, a few steps back, I should say, and pretty much a little rewind on a lot of things from that video that I mentioned and everything like that. I know a lot of people were not happy with it, with what they saw, what they heard, or whatever like that with Nintendo Switch 2 and everything like that. I saw in the comments and everything on that video, and also what I seen online on Twitter and everything like that. A few on Reddit, but I feel like a lot of people on Reddit are more like hyped for it and everything like that with the Switch 2. And honestly, a lot of those things I actually didn't even look at yet. At the time I did that video, I didn't even look at it yet. I didn't even notice anything about the prices and stuff like that. I was just looking at what I saw on YouTube when it came to like some of the games they're gonna have, and they finally gonna have the game chat feature and everything like that. So yeah, when I said how I was like impressed, I was talking more about like finally having the game chat feature, which of course that should have been something in the Switch One already and everything like that. So a lot of people could say that like, oh okay, like what's to be impressed about that when they could have just added that as like a feature and stuff like that on the Switch One. And also with a lot of the games, a lot of the games that he had and stuff like that, what it showed. So I was like more impressed with that with the games and stuff like that. And I do like, I really liked what I saw with Mario Kart World. I think that's gonna be a really good game. Definitely something I'll be interested in getting down the line. The Donkey Kong game as well, and everything like that. But I didn't notice about the prices. That I didn't wasn't expecting everything like that from what you guys have said in the comment section about the prices and stuff, or what I saw on Twitter and everything. I wasn't expecting the prices of the games to be that expensive, that high. And it's just crazy that they're really charging those prices $80, I think it is, whatever like that. I even seen some people earlier on Twitter talk about $90 or something like that. I don't think it's gonna be that crazy. What will it? I don't know. But what do you guys think? Because that is crazy if they're gonna be that price, 80 to 90, even 70 is a lot and everything like that. And that's another reason why I've even seen what was it yesterday? I saw on YouTube. I saw that on here on YouTube. What's it? PlayStation had uploaded the trailer for the Lunar Remaster collection, everything like that. And I was really hyped and interested in what I saw. Like not really hyped, but I was just really interested in what I saw and everything like that. And I was hyped that it was a PS4 trailer and everything like that. So I was like, okay, that's interesting. I thought PlayStation, Sony, and don't really care about that anymore. You just focus on in the next console and everything like that, which of course hasn't been doing good anyways. But I thought they've been focusing on that, and I wasn't gonna really hear much about PS4 games from them directly, just only from the different developers that still makes those games for the PS4. But I was really hyped to see that and everything, and even in the comments, a lot of people have said that a lot of the reason, one of the biggest reasons, well, one of the main reasons why they haven't upgraded or whatever yet is because the prices of games, like how they went from 60 to 70 to $80 and everything like that, which is just crazy. But then again, when I noticed that there was like one or two PS4 games I have seen that was like what, a year ago or 2 years ago, that were like $70 or whatever like that, and that is Persona 3 Reload it was called, and Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. Those games were, so I'm surprised that there was that price for the PS4. Because I thought I was only on the next gen, I mean current gen, everything like that. So I was really shocked for that. But a lot of people were saying that's one of the reasons why they want to upgrade, because the prices of these games are going up, and this is crazy because, well, that's only two games I've seen on the PS4 that was that price. I don't remember seeing any other games for the PS4, any other new recent PS4 games that were past 70, except for those two games I just mentioned. So just correct me if I'm wrong on that. But that's also another reason why I'm happy with the PS4, why I'm sticking to it, because yeah, the prices. You can get the brand new game cheaper on the PS4 that you can get on on PS5 or the Xbox Series, whatever like that. Even sometimes the Switch versions are more expensive than the PS4 versions and everything like that. So it's much more cheaper. And on top of that, the prices do drop quicker than a Nintendo's first party game and stuff like that, which is always great and everything. So that's things I like, And a lot of people are looking for sales. They're looking to save money and everything now, especially with times are hard now with inflation and everything, especially here in this country in the U.S. and stuff like that. So I can understand why people or hold on to like their older consoles or older phones and everything like that, and that's great. I feel like that's a good thing, because I feel like when you do this, and instead of just running out to buy the latest thing or whatever like that, maybe it will just finally, hit these damn devs. I mean, these damn companies and shit, to kind of like slow down on things and not, become too money hungry when it comes to like every time they come out a new product and they had to increase the prices, bump the prices up like crazy. It's not even like a couple of dollars more. It's like hundreds of dollars more, and I don't like that shit at all. But sorry, a little bit hot in my room, but yeah, sweat a little bit. But yeah, but so with the prices with the Switch 2, yes, I do understand that. I understand why a lot of people said they're not going to be interested in getting it, and a lot of people was upset with Nintendo and telling them to drop the prices because of crazy price hike. So I do agree with that. That I do agree with 100%. And like I said, I didn't realize that. I didn't look up the prices or whatever at that time as in that video. So yeah, but when I was talking about, like I said, when I was talking about, I was impressed. It was with I like the game chat feature. I like the up and coming games. I mean, yes, I understand it's the same games. Yeah, I know a lot of people saying like, what else can you do with Mario? I've always been saying that as well. But I mean, I haven't played those games in a long time, so I guess for me it was just like I guess a brother fresher, I guess you could say, because I don't really play like Nintendo games like that. Mario games, whatever like that. If I do, it's like of course the older ones and stuff like that. So I mean, of course, it'd be good to play some of these newer ones on the big screen and stuff like that. Because the only recent one I have played is the one in the 3DS and stuff like that. So for me, it's different. For me, it's a good thing. And sometimes you want to play these type of games like because they're like more of like a more like calm, relaxing. I guess you could say like a happy game. I think they call those type of games like cozy games or whatever. Like something that's more relaxing where you're not like really like something that just pisses you off and stresses you out and stuff like that. Something you can just relax and play with friends and stuff like that. And that's more the games I am looking for now. So that's one of the reasons why I was really interested in the Switch too. Cause like okay, they got a game chat feature and everything. Finally, like I guess their party feature where you can chat with your friends and everything and play some of these fun games and stuff like that, relaxing type of games together, which is what I always wanted them to have for the Switch One and stuff like that. So that's great. And I mean, yeah, they do have online in the Switch One, but you got to use like Discord and other shit, in order to like play with friends and stuff like that. So at least it has it integrated into the console and everything. So that's what I was impressed with. I was impressed with like I said, some of the games and stuff like that. And also, this game got more the nostalgia of, like when I first got, 360. It just, I don't know why, it just felt like that to me and everything like that. And I guess also I'm just hyped because, some of these Xbox games are coming to the Switch. So I'm like kind of hoping, praying that, Halo would be in the Switch as well. Because with the Switch too, because with the game chat feature and stuff, it'll be like kind of like the 360 days again, playing, with friends and stuff like that in Halo, on a home console and anything like that, not on the PC. Because yes, I do know it's on Steam. I do have Halo on Steam, which I can just play with people there. But I just like my home consoles and stuff like that. So yeah, my game consoles just say instead of everything just on Steam, and on top of that, having it physically. So that's what I was impressed with everything. But as for the prices, I didn't know that, at the time. And so when you guys just mentioned in the comment section when I was looking up online and the articles talking about it on Twitter talking about it, some people, like I said on Reddit, not all, a couple of people on Reddit was just more people was just more hyped on Reddit than anything, and then any of the social media platforms I checked and seen where people was not really happy with it. On Facebook, a lot of people was mad about it. So that I do understand 100%. And yeah, I'm definitely not interested in getting one anytime soon because I remember I had said in that video, the last video, that I was probably gonna get it maybe during the holiday times this year, or maybe like the springtime next year. But now after that, hearing that about the prices and shit like that, I'm gonna wait a long time and everything. Maybe like 2 3 years or whatever, maybe even four before I pick up a Switch 2, honestly, because the price is crazy. And when these new consoles first come out and shit like that, it's not even good to really get them yet because really it's not gonna be much games on it anyways. And on top of that, there's probably gonna be a lot of issues with those first models and shit like that, where they have to like come out with later models, which were sometimes better, sometimes not. Sometimes some generations of consoles, the first generation was better, than the one after that. Kind of like the same thing with PS2s and everything. Why I've been having all these issues with these PS2 Slims because some models are better than the other models. So you gotta find a specific model, which is something I really don't like with what these companies have done. Well, back then when they had like so many different models that they came up with every year during the lifespan of that console. It's like so many different models. So like, which one do you get? So yeah, but I know with the Switch One, I think it was only like three models they had. Which is the first model, release model, which is the one I had back then. I think they call it version 1 or version 2, something like that. Um, no, version 1 of me. Sorry, version 1. I think the other one's version 2, and then the third would be the OLED one. I think that's how it goes. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. And I mean, I can't. I mean, I guess you can kind of switch light as well. But yeah, but that's only you can play the handheld mode. You can't dock it and play on the TV. You can't play the TV mode, I should say. So yeah. But what's it? But yeah, like that. I'm just gonna wait on. I'm just gonna stick to my original choice, what I really originally had in mind, and that is to get the Switch One back. That's it. And it's still gonna be supported for a long time. You know, at least it's cheaper, way cheaper. And on top of that, you know, there's a ton of games. There's a huge library of games on the Switch One you can still play. I mean, you're not gonna be missing out on anything with the Switch Two. Any type of like any games exclusives on it yet. You know, you can give it time. There's no rush for it and everything like that. So I'm good with what's it? I'm good with what I have, but I'm still interested in getting the Switch One. Switch Two, I'm slightly still interested in it, but not as crazy like hyped as it was in that last previous video I've done. So I'm still gonna wait a while for it after doing more of my research on it. So yeah, so I do apologize for that video. In a way, I apologize to myself as well because you know, like I feel like in a way, like I kind of was a little bit too hyped and everything like that. But yeah, so I do understand what everyone's saying with that in that video, with the comments you guys mentioned. I do agree now. And after reading up on it more, I do agree 100% with what you guys said and what everyone else has been saying. And that's just crazy. That's $500 for that with the Mario Kart Worlds bundle. I mean, game bundle with it. And then it's crazy for what was it 450 for the console itself and everything like that. I think that's just way too expensive for games now. I mean consoles now. And then $80 for games, like that's just crazy. Even 70 is too much. 70 is too much because you think about 70 and then plus tax, like $75 here in the US. So that's just crazy expensive and everything. But one thing I want to talk about real quick, and I'm not really gonna get into this because I don't want to talk about this on the channel. But a lot of people on Twitter, of course, and even on some people on like yeah, a few on like I'll say social media in general as a whole, because mostly on Twitter, some people on Facebook as well. Even IGN want to talk some shit about this, and they want to always make things political, and I don't like that when they're talking about the tariffs or the blame and shit like that here, and why it's gonna be super expensive. And a lot of people was just laughing at that because like okay yeah of course blame you know who I'm not gonna mention, but of course blame him for everything, right? Because they said these are the prices they already had like set for it even before he had mentioned anything about any tariffs and shit like that. So they want to use that. They want to use this like a whole political thing, you know, just like excuse for why is this price and everything like that, and how IGN was talking about how it's gonna be delayed for pre-orders here in the U.S. because of the tariffs until they find out some deal or agreement and everything like that. So some people was like upset with this. Some people, you know, it's like people just don't understand how these stuff work, how the economy works and shit. And I do agree with that. And honestly, how I see it is I feel like okay, no pre-orders right now. I feel like that's a good thing. Good. You know, so it's better for you guys. Stop freaking running out there and wasting your money on the latest shit that always comes out. You know, like just stick with the hell, what you got. You know, stick with what you got. Relax, calm down. You know, like there's no reason for that. And that's one thing I really don't like, especially when it comes to people in this country. Is like as soon as the newest thing come out, they want to fly out the door just to quickly order. I mean, well, not really go outside because a lot of people do it on online anyways, or they'll order online anyways. It's not really like how it used to be back then. But a lot of people just quickly want to go and order this shit. You know, newest games, newest phones, consoles, like you name it. Like always want and TVs, all that shit. Like just calm down. Like there's no reason for that. And the Switch One is gonna be, you know, it's still a console that's gonna last for a while. So there's plenty of great games on it, and it's not even like it's a big improvement, a huge improvement over how the games look or whatever like that on the Switch too. Because even a lot of people's comparing it and shit. A lot of people was also complaining about that. Like it's not even that big of a like graphically enhancement differences or whatever like that to Switch Two. And I do agree, even though I don't really care about that. That's not what I was looking for when it came to Switch Two. I didn't care about that. But for a lot of people, especially people here in this country, everything's all about graphics and high end this and high end that, and always feel like the most expensive is always the best, which is not true, not always the case. And I feel like with the Switch Two, it's not even like a huge improvement. It's just minor, but minor. I should say minor for for that crazy price hike, which it shouldn't be, and everything like that. So just stick with the Switch One, and just relax. Like I don't like that with people here. They're just always quick to just rush out and do this shit because it's not good. Because when people keep doing that, that's when these companies could always get away with the nonsense they do. Same thing with phone companies like Samsung and iPhones, Apple, and shit like that. Come out the same phone every 6 months, and people run out to buy it. You're buying the same phone with less features for more. Like I don't get that at all. I don't get that at all. Like come on. And then with the Switch, in this case with the Switch 2, I mean, yeah, you getting a couple of extra features, especially with the game chat, which is something I always wanted. But is it really worth 450? Whatever like that. 450 plus tax and shit. Like, no, it's not worth it. It can wait until the prices drop. So that's why these companies are always gonna be able to like, get away with this thing. Think they can get away with this stuff because they know, okay, what's this? We'll charge whatever high price. We know that these fanboys will just run out and buy it anyways. Make us more richer. So if you don't, like a lot of people has been saying, and it's really really true. Even a lot of people was talking about this on a couple of people mentioned this on Reddit. Think with your wallets. Think with I mean on Twitter. Sorry, think with your wallets and everything like that. Because if you continue to support this, this is always gonna this is gonna be the normal. This is gonna be the norm. This is gonna be how the future is when it comes to games. Because people like that just wants to always rush out and buy the latest things and whatever like that, even when it's not even as good as the predecessor, or even sometimes shittier than the predecessor, and people rush out to get it, and that's going to be the new normal for these companies because they know they can just get away with it. They can sell you a more inferior product, less features, charge you way more arm and a leg, and people will still go out there and buy it. I don't understand that. Save your money. Like that's the one thing I really don't like with people in this country. Like it is always quick to just rush out and waste some money on everything new that comes out. Like there's no reason for that. Stick what you got, relax, calm down. It's the phone or whatever is still gonna last for a long time. So they get support for a while. Like there's no reason for the upgrade. So just calm down. So it's crazy how people's really mad about that. Oh, because there's stop the pre-orders for now. Like who cares? Who cares? You're not missing out on anything. Stick with what you got. Relax. But I just don't like I don't like that people's using this as a political like thing. I don't like that shit. But yeah, and I think that's it. Yeah. So just wanted to just cover a few things. I don't know. I know a lot of people still probably gonna have some, it's probably gonna have issues or whatever with what I say, but it's all good. Like I said before on the channel, like say what I want to say, say it how it is. I don't have no problem with what you guys want to say in the comment section below, freedom of speech, whatever. But I know some people not gonna like what I said, especially when it comes to like rushing out to buy things, it's wasting money. But I understand what a lot of people are saying about the prices. I do agree with 100%, and that's the reason why I'm gonna hold off and everything on getting the console, and I'm gonna stick with my original plans again to Switch one because it's not something to rush out for or whatever like that. So yeah, so I was still impressed with some things, but after reading some more, not as impressed. Not as impressed. So like I said, take some steps back, a little rewind on that last video and everything like that. So I do apologize for that and everything. And yeah, I think that's about it. Anything else I want to mention with the Switch 2 that I may have missed? That was it. But it's so crazy that the games are gonna be that expensive. Like, is that really true? Like, like is it really that true, guys? Like, I still can't believe it. A lot of people saying it, and it's still like I can't even like believe it. But yeah. But anyways, oh man, I don't know what to say. Like things are just not looking good at all. Like I really miss the old days of gaming and shit like that. Like the old era was when like it was fun and it was actually worth buying these consoles. On the release day, launch day, and these games on launch and stuff like that because they were good back then. At least it wasn't freaking expensive. Crazy expensive. This is crazy, man. But real quick about that Luna game, real quick, the Luna remaster. I'm interested in it, and sucks that I can't find a physical version on Amazon, so I think I'm gonna have to go to PlayAsia for that one, or maybe even eBay. Sometimes eBay be getting these games internationally and shit. Physical versions I can probably get, but I was interested in it. I was really impressed with the trailer. I liked it and everything like that. A lot of people saying they still prefer the ones on the Sega CD and the PS1 or whatever like that. I think they were saying somebody said it was a PSP version as well. Like, okay, I didn't know that. I mean, I did mention. I mean, I did comment on one of them, and I did say on one of those comments responded to it, and I did say I wanted to get the PS1 version. I've been wanting to get it for a while now, and it's like crazy expensive on eBay. So I guess I'm gonna have no choice but to settle with this version, the remastered version. I mean, it's not Square Enix, so I think I should be safe with this remaster. Hopefully, they don't mess it up, screw it up. I mean, I can't really tell because I have never played Luna series honestly, so I wouldn't even know what they have, what would be changed, what they would have changed or whatever like that. But I mean, hey, it's not Square Enix, so I guess I'm safe to get it right. And I want it physically, so a lot of people said they just prefer emulating the PS1 version or whatever like that. I mean, yeah, I can do that, but I prefer having it playing on the original console hardware. I don't really like emulation that much, so yeah. But we'll see. But I'm interested in it though. I'm really interested in it. But yeah, anyways, guys. So yeah, like I said, let me know in the comment section below what you guys think, everything, and yeah, and that's that with Switch 2, man. it's crazy what's going on online right now. Everyone's just talking shit, all this, not talking shit, but everyone's just talking about it and everything like that. But yeah, but anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time for another one. Take care.